Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. If you enjoy these videos, do me a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel right here at Watchbox Reviews. I would really appreciate it and I promise to update daily. If you love this watch, you could see it and you could purchase it on our website, thewatchbox.com. And today we are discussing a lovely Grand Seiko Sport Collection Spring Drive GMT, the SBGE215, extraordinary with yellow gold accents, sapphire capped bezel, and grade 5 titanium case. This 44mm Spring Drive GMT wears fairly well on my 16cm circumference wrist in spite of its size. Don't let the 44mm fool you. The watch has a lovely cambered or curved case shape, and as you can see, it's not excessively thick. 15.1mm is par for the course for a mid-sized complication, and this is a full-sized complication, so I'm impressed that this will fit underneath most jacket cuffs. The timepiece measures 50.5mm lug-to-lug if you include the case. If you include the solid end links of the bracelet, then the distance across the wrist is a more substantial 52.7mm with a 21mm spacing between the lugs. I can recommend this watch for a wrist as small as 15cm in circumference. It's feather light in titanium and it features a bracelet to match. Jump in a little bit closer and you can see the bracelet itself is a handsome 3-link design, polished intermediates. You can see the faces feature a handsome transitional polished bevel and then satin finish on their flanks. The staggered link alignment gives the watch a little bit of a Rolex oyster look, and you can see that the end link nicely matches both the curve of the case and the taper of the lugs. You'll appreciate the fact that there's plenty of gapping underneath to avoid pinching skin, pulling hair, or trapping wrist heat. And then you can see that pin sleeves are used for sizing the links. Since this is a titanium Grand Seiko bracelet, the pin sleeves are very robust, but if you want to size at home, you'll need a punch and a block for the task. There is a half link, as you can see, so you can micrometrically size, but you also have the ability to invoke the small divots drilled into the clasp that allow you to change the anchoring point of the bracelet in addition to removing half-size and full-size links. The clasp itself is a handsome piece, as you can see, a yellow gold Grand Seiko logo crest and then twin trigger release so that it is nice, solid, secure until you positively disengage both triggers and open it up. The case band is glorious. It's like a grade 5 titanium banana, lovely with handsome and unusual compound curves. You can see that the case is thinner at its base than it is at its top, so it actually splays out and becomes broader at the bezel. So there's also a curvature that wraps around as well as an arc from the top to bottom. That compound curvature all black polished with an optically flawless mirrored finish achieved via Grand Seiko's signature Zaratsu tin plate polishing on a Zaratsu machine. The effect, which is rendered by eye and hand coordination as well as hand pressure and artisanal skill, is not just micrometrically perfect from side to side, and note the bevels on the case flank, but it is also the same grade of finish that you will find on black polished screws, regulators, and small components of Swiss movements. Only here it's executed on a component the size of a case. You can see there is a recessed Grand Seiko crown down at 4 o'clock, and the dial itself is layered, starting outboard with a sapphire capped metallic blue, almost mirrored metallic blue GMT bezel. It glides almost as though borne on a Teflon bushing. It is incredibly smooth. It is stepless. It is graceful, it feels expensive, it feels precise, it feels like no other bezel I've encountered. Without any steps or ratchets, it's distinctive of this watch and of Grand Seiko. Now you have the 24-hour scale, which in conjunction with the 24-hour hand can allow you to temporarily read 3 time zones on the dial. Use the GMT offset for your local port or airport of destination, assuming you've set the 24-hour hand to GMT. You can set the local hand to anything you like, and as you can see, this watch is a medley of blues, blacks, reds, and of course yellow gold, which is used for the hands as well as the indices. You can set that local hour, and note the watch continues to keep time even as you do so, jumping the international date line forward or backwards, driving the date. Of course, there is a stop seconds function. You pull the crown out, and now we have hacked the watch. We're in stop seconds mode. You can see over at 8 o'clock there is a power reserve indicator for the 3-day power reserve of this automatic winding watch. And if you're not using the bezel, you can see that there's a flange or ray halt inboard against which you can read the 24-hour scale and that second time zone. Now turn it all over. And there's not much to see because it's a solid case back. But underneath that case back, which is water resistant down to 200 meters. You have a Grand Seiko spring drive caliber 9R66 automatic winding 72-hour power reserve. This is a remarkably accurate movement that has the soul of a mechanical in that it's driven entirely by a spring. There are no batteries, there are no capacitors, there are no stepper motors, but because it uses induced current to activate a quartz oscillator, it gives you that remarkably smooth stepless sweep of the hand that is a signature of spring drive, and precision of plus or minus 15 seconds a month. This 30 joule movement has the dual time 12-24-hour independent functionality. It has the stop seconds, and of course it is created entirely by Seiko Grand Seiko, right down to the stones used and the lubricants employed. It is a true manufacturer movement. You can see this extraordinary spring drive titanium GMT and make it yours on the watch box. The SBGE215 spring drive GMT by Knight.